Welcome to Drawfee, where we take your dumb ideas.
And make even dumber drawings.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Nathan.
And I'm Karina.
And today we're going back to an old favorite.
Bone game.
Bone game.
Jesus Christ, I should have known. I should have known when I started it this way that this would happen.
Bone game?
It's not the bone game.
Bone game.
Back sprites.
We just did one of those.
You said back.
Back.
So it must be.
Yeah.
No?
Wait, that's not?
It's the color palette challenge.
Oh.
what?
We've had a lot of people asking for us to do another color palette challenge because they really liked the first one we did where we rolled up a random palette and we had to make a drawing out of it.
That was fun. I did enjoy that.
It was fun. And this time we made it even more fun
Oh, boy.
because we rolled up one palette that we all had to do the same one.
Yeah.
That was a good sentence, I said.
Said it really good,
I
Jacob.
said it really good. It's one palette, 3 drawings, 3 artists, 1 episode.
One episode.
Starting now.
Bone game.
Bone game.
No, not the bone game.
Back
Not
sprites.
the bone.
Nathan,
Yeah.
you did a drawing.
I did.
Whoa.
What do you want to say about it? Oh, we should probably say first before we start that this is the color palette we did.
Yeah.
It's
There
on,
it is,
it's on screen now.
Oh,
You see, look
baby.
at beautiful.
We picked a
beautiful
real
color.
bright garish one for an
Yeah.
extra challenge. So
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So I had an idea like right away for this one, but you'll see I did this in 2 parts. I tried doing it last week and just everything I was putting on the canvas wasn't working for me and I was feeling real down and like, oh, I can't draw, I guess. And shout out to my lovely partner Emily who saw my failed attempts and was like, those are good. Why don't you like them? And I was like, oh, okay. So that gave me the encouragement I needed to continue with the concept and ended up with something that I liked.
Yay.
So
damn, shout outs to Emily.
I decided to include the entire process, including the failed attempts in the speed draw, so you can see all of the stuff.
All right, I'm excited to see. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Unlike the last speed draw, I did use black and white in addition to the colors. And basically all I could think of when I saw this palette was like rainbow sparkle ponies.
Yeah.
And you'll see this, it goes through many iterations between like Pegasus, regular horse, and unicorn. And then, I was like, maybe dragon.
Little dragon,
no, not
yeah.
dragon. I just wanted to draw a beautiful rainbow horse.
Of course.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the idea. So I try a bunch of different horse poses. I looked up a bunch of different horse poses and was just like not happy with how any of them were looking.
They've all been like killer poses.
Yeah.
Like
These are such
every one of them.
wonderful horses.
And then I was like, is just pony too simple? So then I started overcomplicating it and I was like, what if it's like a pony trying to escape from like some sort of dark space monster? And so I tried doing that a little bit here. You can see it's like, ooh, space tendrils and stuff.
Ooh.
But I ended up thinking that was unnecessary. But I do, you can see me take that idea a little ways before I was like, no, I hate how this looks also.
I think this one's pretty fun too. It's a cool concept.
Yeah, like the thing that pink really reminded me of the way like Promare, the way they do those like bright pink lines on stuff. And so I wanted to try that, but then I didn't like how it looked when I did it.
That'll happen.
But yeah, I take it this far. I add in some stuff and I was like, that's not it. That's not doing it for me. So then I tried doing the pink lines on the horse. And again, I get pretty far in this iteration of it. But I was like, I don't like the proportions on this horse. I made the head too small and the hooves too big. Proportions.
Yeah, proportions.
So I was like, okay, start over.
Yeah.
So I started using a more chunkier brush because I was hoping that would help me get more movement into the pose and be a little bit looser with it. I also looked up some more like animated versions of horses in addition to just photographs of horses to try and see how other artists abstract horses. And so I ended up with a much chonkier torso and skinnier legs and sort of a longer face.
Yeah, I'm liking this.
So this is the pose I ended up settling on for the piece.
I do think this is the best of the sketches.
Yeah.
I feel like you really got there.
I love your horse journey.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on this horse journey with me.
Sometimes you got to try a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
To land.
Because, I can bust out a decent horse pose off the dome if I need to, but I really wanted to do one that I felt extra good about for a speed draw, so it took a few tries.
Yeah.
I totally know the feeling. Yeah, this is just like a cool space horse.
Jacob, did you also go on a journey with this one?
Well, I just had a similar thing happen where...
No, same. That's why I ask.
A 2-day process where day 1 I failed repeatedly and then day 2 I succeeded.
Same.
Yeah.
I love these shapes.
Yeah, these are cool.
Yeah, then I started... Once I was happy with the pose, I was like, okay, now I can just sort of mess around.
Ooh.
Started having fun.
Started having fun with it, yeah.
Yeah, this is cool.
Oh.
How often on Drawfee do we just get to draw a horse?
Yeah.
That never happens.
I decided it was now.
Yeah.
It's horse time.
Yeah, there's nothing in the rules that say Nathan can't just draw a horse. Because I remember I was talking to you guys about your speed draws, and you were both talking about poses, and I assumed human character poses, and I was like, okay, cool. No, neither of them are doing horse.
I would never draw a horse. That's your thing, and I would never take that from you.
I also am incapable of taking that from you.
I'm the horse boy of Drawfee.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love these shapes.
Yeah, these are cool. So dynamic.
So fun.
Just messing around with some rainbow. It was just such a fun, bright rainbow palette.
Yeah.
I was like, I just want to draw a rainbow pony.
And you did.
Let me do it. And I did.
Dad.
Sometimes.
Gimme.
Sometimes. Gimme. And then, I used the pink as sort of the... I didn't want to go fully lineless. I wanted to sort of indicate some shapes in there.
Yeah, that looks great used like that.
Yeah, so
wow.
I did sort of under shading or cell shading, whatever you want to call it.
So funky. I love it.
I want to put this damn thing on a binder.
Yeah, put this on a binder, put this on a van, whatever you want. More shapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're at the Drawfee tier that gets you high-res PNGs on Patreon, put this on your binder.
Yeah.
Put this on your freaking binder.
Or van.
Or your van.
Or make it your desktop background.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. People always ask, how do I get prints? And the closest you can get is the high-res PNGs, and then you can print it yourself. Just messing around.
I love these.
Yeah, I gave it these little sort of flames. I don't know what you call them. That one on that the way I had positioned that last leg really was a tricky one, but I was pretty happy with how I did it. I just went whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, unicorn.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, that seems right to me.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to overcomplicate it, so I ended up not doing a little spiral pattern on the horn. Just a real simple.
Yeah.
And now
This is so slick.
I used the purple and lowered the opacity on it. So it's still the purple from the palette, but with a lower opacity over the black background here. And then we're just going to add a bunch of sparkles.
Yeah. Dude, I could see this being used as like a sports team like logo.
Yeah, it's sort of like if the Denver Broncos ever want to just become like real rainbowy.
Yeah.
They can use this.
If they're feeling particularly prideful.
Yeah. Hey, rainbow capitalism, hit us up.
Let's get this thing in Target immediely.
Yes.
And then I went back in and smoothed out a few things. I kind of was struggling with that one little zone there with the shapes. It's like how smooth do I want it to be?
Yeah.
So I ended up settling on that.
So
and then
cool.
So I took out some of the extra little shapy bits because they, with the sparkles, seemed like too much, and then I put some more sparkles in.
Yeah.
I don't know if I over sparkled it, but you know, that's up to you.
No, I don't think so.
No such thing.
Yeah.
No.
And that's my beautiful sparkle unicorn.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, this is so
Thank
cool.
you.
It's like so I feel like out of left field.
It was just it's immediately what the color palette brought to mind for me, and I was like, well, I have to do it.
Yeah.
So
follow that.
yeah. I'm glad I stuck with it, even though the first day trying to draw was just nothing was working.
That's part of the process, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to get that stuff out of the way.
Yeah. Ended up being pretty happy with this one.
Yeah, awesome work. This is so fun. I will be the next one to show what I did.
Whoa.
I also had a thought immediately upon seeing the color palette. Me and Julia have been watching Demon Slayer Season 2.
Oh.
Which freaking rips ass, first of all.
Nice.
And second of all, has one of my favorite characters in it. His name is Tengen Uzui. He's the sound Hashira. And he's always talking about how he's a flashy dude. And like flashy is one of his words, because he's sort of like a hot himbo wife guy ninja. And he wears like all this jewelry and like all this like flashy stuff. And so I was like, I want to draw him and like apply this really flashy color scheme.
Oh my god.
Cool.
Himbo and a wife guy.
Yeah.
Amazing.
He has 3 wives and he loves them all so much. Okay, I'm going to get into it. 3, 2, 1, go. So much like you, Nathan, this was day 1 where I did a bunch of sketches that I got rid of.
Nice.
When I watched
That's part of it.
back the video later, I actually liked a lot of these sketches, and which pissed me off. Because when I was doing them, I didn't like any of them. But looking back, I saw a lot of promise where I could have probably kept pushing and achieved what I was hoping for with it.
Sometimes it just doesn't look good to you.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Ain't that the way?
Yeah. When you're in that mindset, it's really hard to see the positives or like see what could be salvageable.
I mean, you've got this face down.
Yeah, I really wanted to sort of capture his manic vibe. He's like, he's cool and hot, but then very like manic in combat. So I was trying a few action poses.
Sure.
I end up going with something a little less actiony and more portrait-y in the end.
This is a cool pose, though.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying, dude. All the poses were pretty cool. And I just threw them in the garbage for no discernible reason because I was just mad that day.
That's process.
Yeah.
I get that. Sometimes the pose is cool, but you don't want to like keep going with it.
Yeah.
Because it's
if
too
it's not
hard.
working for you.
And you're not feeling it. Not
You're
that
about
much.
You're about to see my give up moment here. There it is.
I like that.
So I came back. This is me the next day, and I decided that I wanted to do like sort of a anime screenshot redraw style.
Yeah.
So I took a screenshot of him from the show, and I redrew it in my style, and then colored that.
Nice.
Which I had more fun with because I just wasn't in the right headspace to make up a pose.
Yeah.
Whole cloth.
Sometimes you should just let someone else do that part.
Yeah. Can't always be working so hard.
It's fun doing like stylistic interpretations of things. I always enjoy that.
Yeah. Because you learn from the source material, and then you also learn about your own art style.
Yeah, totally. And it's fun. So this is all just sketch stuff. I just wanted to get his sort of vibe down. Yeah, he's got all this like makeup and jewels, and
wow.
I will say for the people out there who watch the show, he does have these like dangly rock things off of his headband, and I just didn't include those because I didn't feel like drawing them.
King, you're so valid.
Is this? Yeah. Is this brush?
It's that brush. I switched to Clip Studio to ink it because I really wanted to use Kamala's graphic marker again. I really fell in love with this brush.
Yeah.
It works so well with your drawing style.
Yeah, it just fits, and it feels nice, and it feels like low pressure, but then it looks good also.
Yeah.
Just a great brush. Kamala, whoever you are, thank you for giving me this gift.
Wonderful little brush.
Thank you for your wonderful brush.
So this is all just fun inking, which we love.
Yeah.
Making size jitter is so cool.
Yeah, it's really good.
Just like, that line variation.
I love the energy this gives your line work compared to your like much smoother line work because of all the jitter and stuff and the slight texture to it.
Yeah, that's why I like it too.
I think that's so cool.
It makes it, it gives me the energy that I feel like I sometimes lose from sketch to ink.
Yeah.
I think it forces me to maintain some of that energy.
For sure.
Then I get hung up on these head jewels for like way too long for no reason.
I get that.
At all. Just like for some reason I just couldn't. I kept doing them and looking at them and being like, what am I doing? Why can't I draw this shape? What's happening?
I love that we all kind of, just looking ahead, went on somewhat similar journeys with this. What is it with this palette? Made us this way.
I don't know.
I don't know. Sometimes it's just hard to draw right. But just much like Nathan, once I got going, I was really enjoying the process.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I decided I was going to do a style that's like keeping the skin parts completely white and unshaded, like totally flat.
Mm-hmm.
And then sort of like painting the bright color clothes parts.
Ooh.
So it'll be like a juxtaposition of like really flat and then more rendered.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which I think ends up looking really fun. And the colors suited themselves really well to like this guy. Like this is not the colors of his outfit in the show, but I think that they all kind of work together well for his vibe.
Nice.
And I got to learn a lot about Clip Studio as I did it too. Figure out how some of the tools work I hadn't used yet.
Yeah.
I discovered the joy of setting a reference layer. So that I could set the reference layer to the line art, and then whenever I use the magic wand, it only references the line art in determining which area to fill.
Dang.
I should learn how to do that.
It's pretty cool. I recommend it.
Yeah, it's one of those things I keep seeing, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it, and then I don't. I just...
Yeah.
I just fuck around and find out.
That's basically what I was doing too.
Yeah.
Then I'm painting here using the gouache brush and the gouache blender, which are two default Clip Studio brushes, but they're really nice. Like they just work super well, and the blending is really nice. So it's going to be a lot of lassoing and painting and blending for the next little bit here.
I mean, it really has just been like, that's one of the biggest reasons I started using Clip more and more, is because I like its blending so much better.
Yeah, the blending is super nice.
I could never find a setting I liked in Photoshop. It sucked.
Is the lasso like snapping to the lines?
No, I was just using the polygonal lasso tool.
Okay, you're just very, very good.
It's actually
just very good at
kind of
using
easier to use in Clip Studio, I found.
Huh.
Because it makes all these like discrete lasso points that you can then adjust freely.
Oh, it doesn't just like remove everything if you click it wrong one time?
No, it makes like every time you click, it makes an adjustable point that you can then slide around to your will.
That's so nice. Oh my gosh.
You can see all the points showing up when I do it.
Yeah.
So like any of those that were misplaced, I could just click and drag it to slide it into the proper. So definitely made it a lot easier.
What a gift.
Yeah, so we're just painting and we're fading.
I love this painting style.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice to do. It just felt nice and was fun.
Hell yeah.
Which I always like. So obviously, I did some variations on the colors to get the shading. They're not just those 5, but they're all like darker or lighter versions of those 5.
It's it's the base palette.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we decided that was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like as someone who usually just does like flat coloring and shading, this style is really fun to do. It's kind of, you can get lost in doing it for a while.
It just feels good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Feels nice.
Yeah.
Then I just added some little action in the green back there. And I almost forgot to put his big eye makeup on. And I would have been murdered if I had forgotten that.
Not
it's
again.
like one of his defining features.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to get that back in there. And then I decided to make it, I went with the pink first, but then I decided I wanted it to be the purple of the shirt to make it pop a little more off the face.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Poppy purple.
Also discovered Clip Studio's paint bucket is incredible.
Yes.
Yeah, look at that.
All the adjustments you can make to it to like make it do what you want. Man, not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
But this is the final product. I think it turned out to be a really fun, poppy little piece.
I love it.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's great.
I don't know this guy, but I like him. Wife guy.
I mean, I always recommend everyone watch Demon Slayer because it's just a good show. And season 2 has been like the animation on an episode to episode basis. Me and Julie are just like, they can't keep getting away with it. It's like insane. I don't know how they managed to do it, but it just gets wilder and wilder, like for 10 episodes straight.
Oh man, there's going to be so much to watch when I finally get into it. I'm going to be able to binge. I'm going to do a big binge.
But that's it for me.
Yeah.
Karina, you're up next.
Oh boy. I will just preface this with my usual strobe warning. I do use the palette as is with very little adjustment. So I was having a lot of eye strain while working on it. So it might get kind of difficult to look at some points. As with the usual, I constantly flip and do weird shit stuff. So just a heads up. But yeah, I was really excited about this one because this palette was giving me the vibes.
Love the vibes.
It's a vibe palette for sure.
Yeah. Also, I also did the thing where I could not get this down on day one, but I didn't include it in my speed draw because I was spending so much time just like fucking with a pose. So just know that this was like version 3.
Okay.
I had a couple false starts that I kept stopping and then going back to, but I just couldn't get it to work. So I just kept starting over.
It happens to literally all of us in this episode.
Something about this palette, something in the water.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, should we jump in?
Jump in.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
So I really liked this palette because it was giving me how you say, like late 2000s, early 2010s weeaboo energy. Like it was giving me DeviantArt vector anime desktops I download from, like with Lucky Star characters. It was giving me Hare Hare Yukai Euromix. So I wanted to draw something really silly and like that energy. So I was gonna draw a catboy. For those who don't follow me on Twitter, this is my Neopet Destiel confession, my problematic catboy, but as a human, because I am at that level of deranged in my life. But
There he is.
so I wanted him to be doing something like really coy and like catching that really very specific like 2009 anime energy.
And this is his color palette. Yeah,
that's the other reason.
He's a beautiful rainbow tiger.
He's a beautiful rainbow tiger. So I was like, this is your day, boy. So I was really interested in doing this palette because in reality, all of these colors have the same value. They're different local values, as I did like the local value up top, but really all the colors are the exact same. So that would be a really interesting challenge for like putting them against each other, I thought. So at first I was going to do like the line list style I did with my last one, but instead I was like, no, we're going to do colored line art with the colors, and I wanted to only use the colors as they were provided, plus black and white.
Oh, wow.
Because I just really wanted to challenge myself with this one. And then I also fuss over this hair for a stupid long time for some reason. I just didn't like the shape of it. But yeah, so I just was like trying to get this line art down, and I reached a point where I realized I was overthinking the whole thing. Because
little face.
yeah, I was really annoyed with like my process here. And I just like start over at some point. But if I was going to be using the exact shade of purple with like filled in with the other colors, it didn't really matter what the line art looked like because everything would be the same value. So I realized I really didn't have to be as like tight with the line art as I was thinking. So I kind of redo it a bit looser and thinner, and I liked the second pass a lot better. And then when it comes to the clothing, that one I did very loosely, very just like, it was less about doing realistic folds and more about just making pleasing shapes. But yeah, this one I was trying to just really use my whole brain, but also none of my brain. I put on some J-pop and was like, something's gonna happen.
We're not leaving here until something happens.
Yeah. And like I said, there is a bit of eye strain the longer I get into this because I used every color as it was. I didn't really adjust any of them because it would make it difficult to kind of like decide what I was doing. So yeah, I was really trying to hurt myself with this one. But I really enjoyed it. It was, I just wanted to make, I don't know, this color palette to me is just so nostalgic for that like kind of scene Hot Topic, like when that was cool era. Also, I downloaded just a shit ton of hands, so that's just like what I use for reference now. I'm gonna learn how to draw hands, I've decided, so I just use all these hands for reference. So yeah, so then I was just...
I think you're already very good at drawing hands.
Well, I'm gonna get better.
Oh no.
So
you're gonna
become too powerful.
So this is where shit gets real eye strainy, because I was just like, okay, this is what we're doing. It's gonna look a little something like this. So I do the purple line art, and I couldn't really decide what to do about the background until I realized I should also make that purple, and then purple shadows. And again, because the values are so samey, I was like, for the time being, it doesn't really matter what I do. I'm just going to make it look like pleasing shapes. and then focus on the value later. So I was
these shapes.
just making shapes that I thought looked nice while still showing like, you know, you could still tell what's what on the face and stuff. And then I just filled in the clothes looking all neato.
This is so cool.
This rips.
I had a lot of fun with this one. I was so excited about it. And then I was like suffering through getting the pose down. And then once I got the pose down, I was like, okay, we're having fun again. We're having fun.
Hard part done.
Yeah.
Fun part now.
Yeah. Just got to stare at these eye-searing colors just a little longer.
Don't look directly at it. This pose is so freaking good.
Thank you.
You got the foreshortening and everything.
I know I just wanted to do something that went nya, but I was having a lot of trouble. But I got there. At one point I was like, just throw him on the ground, just have him flop over. Boom, I did it. He's a cat now. So I got there.
That is what cats do.
Yeah, he's just a cat. He's just a little cat. A poor little meow meow. He's only a little problematic. I did get rid of all of like the cat motifness of it all because I decided it didn't fucking matter and I didn't want to deal with it. Because I was just trying to work with what I had.
Yeah, sure.
So I decided I added black and white to the palette at this point, and because I'm me and I'm boring, I was like, I want the face to be the focus. Like, I want that to be where you land. But since black and white are like the only different values that I was really working with here. So at first I was like, I'll put in these like just kind of abstract lines since the whole thing's kind of abstracting at this point, but I didn't like it. So I get rid of them. And then I remember I had like halftones. Like I had a lot of shit at my disposal. So I start fucking around with like patterning and halftone. And yeah. So eventually I realized that I was just like, I can use a halftone on the background. So I just put a white halftone and then it's just like it recedes a little bit. And then I put this heart because I wanted it to be loud as hell. I wanted it to be so fucking loud.
Yeah.
I wanted it to sound like Hara Hara Yukai Euromix. So, and then I put these like weird little sparklies because I wanted those to kind of halo the face to kind of just like point like, this is it. This is the face. So I fuck around with those a lot to just as a compositional tool. And then I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do.
The hearts keep showing up and going away.
I wanted to fill in the right side because there's all this stuff on the left side, but not really on the right. And I was just like at such a loss of what to do. And but I just wanted something there because it felt too unbalanced. And then I remembered I had this one brush that just makes checkerboards. So I fill it out with checkerboards because that was definitely like the 2009 like aesthetic. And I also add checkerboards to the bottom part to kind of give him a plane to be laying on. And so I just wanted all those shapes to kind of lead, you know, be like, okay, there, it's a shape. Everything is at the exact same level except for like that little bit. So it's pointing to it. And then I just kept fucking with the sparkles because I actually didn't like them, but I couldn't remove them because they were important. And that's where I landed. It's 2010. Your favorite Nightcore remix is blaring from the hotel next to yours at the Anime Con. This is your desktop wallpaper. You're going to have such thick glasses in the future, kid.
This is great. It's so much.
So evocative.
I just wanted to do something that was a lot.
It really nails that vibe.
This color palette was a lot. I think we all did very a lot.
It was so fun to see what everyone did.
Yeah, this was fun. Good challenge.
Yeah.
I really liked what everybody came up with. And I think we should do it again sometime when Julie is here too.
Yeah.
allow her in the episode.
Yeah. allow her
she can
in.
be in that one.
As a treat.
This was already a treat.
Yeah.
It is a treat. And if you want to give us a treat, you can do it by liking and subscribing on the YouTube page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or give us a little money treat at patreon.com/Drawfee. We love a money treat.
Yum, yum.
We eat the money.
Yum.
The sparkles appear around our face every time.
That's true.
We touch.
Every time we touch the money.
Yeah.
Every time we touch the money.
And every time we kiss, we stream on Twitch Monday nights. Did we say that already? I did.
No.
Now.
No, I leave that for you to say now.
Okay.
You do such a good job of it.
Worked it in perfectly again. Yes.
And then I want Nathan to say the merch.
We have merch also.
And I swear I could cry.
Yeah.
And I swear.
That's not even what it is. I swear I can cry. I swear.
I swear I can cry.
Yeah. If you want us to cry, tell us what you want to see in the comments down below.
Tears of joy at all of these wonderful suggestions.
That's right.
We're sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.